together. I ran in the federal election in 2011, and after that, I watched the federal elections, and people like myself and Tom or anyone who's running, you went provincial, but getting about 2 to 5% of the vote. So the people with the ideas that resonated with me, they're getting a very low vote. And that kind of told me that I wasn't going to put my time and effort into running again, that at least for now, that my effort, if I was going to do anything, should go into the groundwork that needs to be done. Some sort of groundwork is missing. We're missing a step here. And that's why the focus on our local area and our communities appeals to me. And so going to your question about parties versus independent candidates at the local level, should we have parties there? What I like about the local level is it is the one that doesn't have parties, but I can see why you would think that we should know what they're standing for, and we don't, right? But again, that goes back to the groundwork that I seriously think needs to be a focus. The people that are elected at the local level, they are the ones directly representing the people of that geographical area or that ward, whatever it was. And previously, for instance, in Kawartha Lakes, which was once Victoria County, I read an article about that when we were doing some work over there to understand the history. And it used to be, so many different, were they wards back then? Townships?
Yep.
Townships. And, it was really beautiful that some of the people, they weren't paid at all. They just represented their community, and they represented it well, and they didn't want a paycheck, and the people of that area knew who they were, they knew what they stood for, and they were the ones to represent their area, and we need to get back to that. And I think the only way to get back to that is to start doing local councils on local issues, having regular meetings on the local issues, knowing what's going on inside those municipal corporation buildings, and addressing that, at least to the point of public awareness. The people need to know what's going on before we can get those numbers up, before we can get that support base up, and before we can rebuild our village, in a sense, so we can have the numbers to do what needs to be done. Because we're never going to get anyone elected at any level of government without numbers and without public awareness. And we won't make any system reforms if we don't do any of this. So it's kind of a step-by-step process, but that's what we're seeing at our town councils now. Okay, this is fun. Let's go to the town council. Let's do a delegation. Let's bring forward some truth. Let's get it on public record. Let's bring 60 to 100 people. Let's have a standing ovation. Let's meet with our councillors after and see which ones are even on side, which ones even want to represent the people, or are they just getting their paycheck and working on the service corporation? Because that's not what we thought we elected them to do. Oh, wait a second, there's people having town halls over here. People are starting to go. There's 60, there's 100, there's 1,000 showing up on a regular basis. And now this is our community. Now we have a community. Now we have a place where we can air our issues. We can discuss what the local issues are, and we actually have a force to be reckoned with. Then it's not 100 people showing up at our town halls. It's 1,000 people outside our town halls in waiting, and we can do that. We have the numbers. There's enough like-minded people all around us, but they don't have a place. They don't have a voice. So it's up to us, the people in this room here. You guys are leaders, and you know it. You guys are leaders. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for it. You have the ability to work with others, to book a room, to call an event, to start some public awareness campaigns and get people in and target those local issues that right here in Duro-Dummer, it's the ATVs, okay? I think I might have mentioned it, but but they switched it around so that they could get delegations up there. You know what they care about? Whether or not they can drive their ATVs around here or not, or whether they're going to be taken off the roads because of damn climate change. Okay, so it's awesome, and but we need to get the numbers up, and until that happens, that's where my energy and focus is going to be. And along with that is a certain level. Once we come together at that level and we organize, we got to start talking about what the needs of our communities are, because there's a lot of people who are suffering, and what we're the people who are able to get people elected right now, they have service clubs. They have you go into every town, there's a board, and it has all the different clubs, and they're the ones doing community service in your area, and they're not all bad people, but they have an agenda, and it's to get their people elected, and they do. And so they're always doing community service projects. They do it non-politically, and they get the media to show up and promote what they're doing, and whoever is part of that. And within a couple of years, those people are the ones running in the election, and they're known in their community. So the community knows who they are. They know that they've participated in things that have benefited the community. And we need to do that too, not just because we want to get elected, but because the government has dropped the ball so bad that our community needs help, and we need to get out there. And if we want to sit on the throne, we have to be willing to wash the feet first. So these are principles that we can take for community growth, and that's my answer to that. So I think that the people getting elected, they should be known, and we should know what they stand for, but the answer isn't to put them into a party. Is to be involved in your community and to know the people of your community. Thank you.